Have you ever wondered what's really happening inside your body when your blood sugar stays high for too long? Most people think of diabetes as just a sugar problem, but the truth is far more serious and more urgent. Because when your blood sugar is elevated for days, weeks, or even years, it doesn't just sit in your bloodstream. It starts to silently damage your organs, from your eyes to your brain, from your heart to your kidneys. And the scariest part? You often don't feel anything at first. No pain, no warning, just quiet destruction. Until one day, something breaks. In this video, we're going deep inside the body to reveal exactly what high blood sugar does, organ by organ. By the end, you'll understand why controlling blood sugar is not just about diet, it's about survival. Let's start with the foundation of it all, your blood vessels. When sugar levels in the blood remain elevated, the extra glucose starts to stick to the inner walls of your blood vessels. This process is called glycation, and it's where sugar binds to proteins, forming what scientists call advanced glycation end products, or AGEs. Think of AGEs like rust inside a pipe. Over time, they harden and damage the smooth lining of your arteries. This not only makes it harder for blood to flow, but it also creates tiny cracks in the vessel walls. Cracks where cholesterol can stick, inflammation can build, and blockages can form. That's why diabetics are at a much higher risk of heart attacks, strokes, and high blood pressure. Next, let's look at your kidneys, the filtration system of your body. Every single day, your kidneys filter about 50 gallons of blood. But when your blood is full of sugar, those tiny filtering units, called nephrons, get overwhelmed. Sugar is abrasive. Over time, it damages the delicate blood vessels in the kidneys, causing them to leak proteins into your urine, a condition known as microalbuminuria, which is one of the earliest signs of diabetic kidney disease. Left untreated, this can lead to chronic kidney failure, dialysis, or the need for a kidney transplant. Now let's talk about your eyes. The tiny blood vessels in the retina, the back part of your eye that captures light and sends signals to the brain, are especially vulnerable to high blood sugar. Over time, they weaken, swell, and begin to leak fluid or even blood. This condition is called diabetic retinopathy, and it's the leading cause of blindness in working-age adults worldwide. You might not notice any vision changes at first, but as the damage progresses, you can experience blurriness, dark spots, or even permanent vision loss. Your nerves are also deeply affected. High blood sugar damages the tiny blood vessels that supply oxygen and nutrients to nerves, especially in the hands and feet. This leads to diabetic neuropathy, which can start with tingling or numbness, and eventually progress to sharp pain, burning, or total loss of sensation. This is why many diabetics don't feel cuts or injuries on their feet, which can lead to infections, ulcers, and in severe cases, amputations. And let's not forget your brain. New research shows that high blood sugar is linked to memory loss, cognitive decline, and even Alzheimer's disease, sometimes referred to as type 3 diabetes. Chronically elevated glucose levels may shrink brain tissue, reduce blood flow to the brain, and increase inflammation, all of which can impair focus, mood, and long-term memory. This isn't to scare you, it's to empower you, because once you understand how deeply blood sugar impacts your entire body, you realize controlling it is not just about avoiding sweets. It's about protecting your eyes, your heart, your kidneys, your life. In the next section, we're going to explore what causes blood sugar to stay high, even when you think you're doing everything right, and the hidden daily habits that might be making it worse. Now that you understand what high blood sugar does to your organs, we need to ask a more important question. What actually causes blood sugar to stay high? And why do so many people struggle to control it, even when they try to eat healthy? The truth is, it's not just about sugar. It's not just about desserts or sodas. There are multiple, often hidden factors that push blood sugar levels up. sometimes without you even realizing it. Let's start with the most obvious: carbohydrates. Not all carbs are bad, but some are absorbed so quickly that they act almost like sugar in the body. Refined carbs like white bread, pasta, rice, crackers, pastries, and even so-called healthy granola bars can cause blood glucose to spike within minutes. These spikes might give you a short burst of energy, but what follows is a crash. And over time, these ups and downs damage insulin function and create a cycle of insulin resistance, which is at the core of type 2 diabetes. But here's what most people don't realize. Even if you cut back on sugar and carbs, your blood sugar might still stay high because of chronic stress. When you're stressed, emotionally, mentally, or physically, your body releases a hormone called cortisol. Cortisol tells your liver to release stored glucose into the bloodstream to prepare for a fight-or-flight response. But in modern life, you're not running from danger. You're sitting in traffic, scrolling through bad news, or dealing with endless pressure. That extra glucose has nowhere to go, and it lingers in the blood. This is why chronic stress can lead to high blood sugar even if your diet is perfect. Another major contributor is poor sleep. Studies show that even one night of disrupted or insufficient sleep can reduce insulin sensitivity by up to 25%. That means your body stops responding to insulin properly, allowing more sugar to stay in the blood. And let's not forget about inflammation. Chronic inflammation, often caused by a poor diet, processed foods, lack of exercise, or even hidden food sensitivities, interferes with how insulin works. Inflammation stiffens your cells, makes them less responsive, and triggers oxidative stress, all of which contribute to elevated blood sugar and long-term complications. There's also the impact of dehydration. When you're not drinking enough water, the concentration of glucose in your blood increases. Even mild dehydration can cause noticeable spikes. And since thirst can be mistaken for hunger, you might end up eating when your body actually just needed fluids. Then there's lack of movement. You don't need to run marathons or spend hours at the gym. Even light walking after meals can help lower blood sugar significantly by allowing muscles to absorb glucose more efficiently. But in today's world, many of us sit all day, at desks, on couches, in cars, and that inactivity keeps blood sugar trapped in the bloodstream. Another overlooked factor: hidden sugars and chemicals in processed foods. Many sugar-free or low-carb products are loaded with artificial sweeteners, preservatives, or starches that still spike blood sugar. Reading labels is essential, but so is understanding how your body reacts. Because two people can eat the exact same food and have very different blood sugar responses. That's why tracking your glucose through a meter or continuous monitor is one of the smartest tools for figuring out what works for your body. So if your blood sugar has been stubbornly high despite eating well, now you know it's not just about what's on your plate. It's about stress, sleep, inflammation, movement, hydration, and even gut health. And speaking of gut health, in the next section, we're going to explore how your gut microbiome plays a shocking role in controlling blood sugar, and how healing your gut might be the missing key to finally reversing insulin resistance for good. We've talked about food, stress, sleep, and even hydration. But now we're going to explore one of the most overlooked yet powerful systems involved in blood sugar control: your gut. Inside your digestive system live trillions of tiny organisms, bacteria, fungi, and other microbes, collectively known as the gut microbiome. This invisible ecosystem affects far more than digestion. It influences your immune system, your brain, your weight, and yes, your blood sugar. So how does this work? When your gut bacteria are in balance, they help you absorb nutrients efficiently, break down food properly, and reduce inflammation. Certain types of bacteria even produce short-chain fatty acids, like butyrate, that improve insulin sensitivity, meaning your cells respond better to insulin and absorb glucose more easily. But when your gut is out of balance, a condition called dysbiosis, everything starts to go wrong. Dysbiosis can be caused by things like antibiotics, a processed diet, artificial sweeteners, or even chronic stress. When this happens, the bad bacteria start to overpower the good ones. This leads to inflammation, a weakened intestinal barrier, and increased insulin resistance, the perfect storm for rising blood sugar. This is why researchers now say that type 2 diabetes isn't just a metabolic disease, it's also a microbial one. Because when the gut is unhealthy, your body struggles to regulate glucose, no matter how well you eat. And here's something even more surprising. Some artificial sweeteners, like sucralose and saccharin, can disrupt your gut bacteria, decreasing beneficial strains and encouraging harmful ones. So if you're relying on sugar-free products and still struggling with high blood sugar, your microbiome might be the hidden culprit. The good news? You can begin healing your gut with simple, daily changes. First, increase your fiber intake, especially from foods like leafy greens, flax seeds, chia seeds, lentils, and asparagus. Fiber acts as prebiotic food for your gut bacteria, helping the good microbes thrive. Second, add fermented foods to your meals. These include plain yogurt, kefir, sauerkraut, kimchi, and kombucha. They introduce beneficial bacteria, probiotics, that support a balanced gut and better insulin response. Third, avoid highly processed, ultra-refined foods that strip your gut of diversity and fuel inflammation. Limit artificial sweeteners, fried foods, and packaged snacks. Fourth, stay hydrated, because your gut lining relies on water to function properly. And finally, manage your stress. When you're constantly anxious or overwhelmed, your brain signals your gut to produce more cortisol, which suppresses beneficial bacteria and increases sugar cravings. This is why a stressed-out gut is an inflamed gut, and an inflamed gut always leads to blood sugar trouble. Healing your gut isn't an overnight process, but every small change adds up. Better digestion, less inflammation, improved glucose control, clearer thinking, even deeper sleep. These are the gifts of a balanced gut, and the results can be dramatic. Many people who focus on their gut first, even without changing everything else, begin to see more stable blood sugar, fewer cravings, better mood, and more energy. So if you feel like you've tried everything and nothing is working, maybe it's time to start with the gut. But we're not done yet. In the final part of this video, we're going to tie it all together and show you how to build a daily routine, morning to night, that supports stable blood sugar, protects your organs, and helps you feel in control again. Now that you understand how high blood sugar affects your organs and what's really driving those glucose spikes, the next step is putting it all into action. Because knowing what to do is one thing, but building a simple, sustainable routine is what actually changes your health. So let's map out a practical daily routine that supports your blood sugar from morning to night. Morning. Start your day with hydration. 1 glass of water with a pinch of salt and a squeeze of lemon helps rehydrate cells and support adrenal function. Then, eat a high-protein, low-glycemic breakfast, like eggs with avocado, chia pudding with unsweetened almond milk, or Greek yogurt with cinnamon and walnuts. Avoid cereals, toast, or fruit juices first thing in the morning. Why? Because your body is more insulin-resistant in the early hours, and starting with carbs can spike your blood sugar for the rest of the day. Take a 10-minute walk after breakfast. It doesn't have to be intense, just a gentle stroll helps your muscles absorb glucose more efficiently. Midday. Keep lunch balanced with lean protein, fiber-rich veggies, and healthy fats. Think grilled salmon with broccoli and quinoa, or a big salad with olive oil, chicken, and pumpkin seeds. Avoid sugary drinks, even healthy ones like fruit smoothies or vitamin waters. If you can, take another short walk after your meal or do light stretching. Movement is medicine. Also, take time to breathe. Even 2 to 3 minutes of deep breathing or stillness lowers cortisol and improves insulin sensitivity. Stress is a silent sugar spike. Evening. Dinner should be light, easy to digest, and lower in carbs than lunch. Try a stir-fry with cauliflower rice, lentil soup with greens, or grilled chicken with roasted zucchini. At night, limit screen time and stimulants like caffeine. And aim to sleep at least 7 to 8 hours. Because, as you learned earlier, sleep isn't just rest, it's glucose control. To support your gut overnight, consider a small portion of fermented food in the evening, like kefir, sauerkraut, or sugar-free yogurt. This gently nourishes your microbiome as you sleep. Now let's reflect for a moment. Living with blood sugar issues doesn't mean living in fear. It means living with awareness. When you understand what your body needs, you're no longer at the mercy of cravings, confusion, or constant worry. You don't need to be perfect. You need to be consistent. And every small win, every glass of water, every walk, every smart food choice is a step toward protecting your heart, your eyes, your brain, and your freedom. You deserve to feel good. You deserve to have energy, clarity, and control. And you absolutely have the power to take your health into your own hands. One choice, one habit, one day at a time. If this video helped you, share it with someone who needs it. Leave a comment and tell us, which habit are you going to start today? And don't forget to subscribe to Smart Sugar Life for more real science-backed videos that help you live well with diabetes, naturally and confidently. Thank you for watching. Stay strong, stay consistent, and I'll see you in the next one.